Hey guys, it's Dan here and welcome to my first tutorial. This is just a basic thumbnail tutorial with cards, text and a few effects in the background for anyone who doesn't really know how to make thumbnails yet. Basically, I hope you enjoy it and leave a like and comment if you do. And if you want to see more tutorials, just tell me and I'll try to make some more soon. So the first thing you want to do to create your thumbnail is go to File and New. So when you open that up, it will probably be on default Photoshop size. So what you want to do is you want to change this to pixels and put in 1280 by 720 and press OK. So this is what you start off with, just a white canvas. So I think we will start by putting in a background. So I will go for this is the one that most people use, but you can use any background you like. So just right click, copy image and paste that into Photoshop and just resize it. So go to the move tool, press show transform controls and then hold shift and drag this out and this out. So what you want to do next is add some color to it. So most people, you can go to window and press this adjustments to bring up this adjustment panel and click this one, hue and saturation, and click colorize. So I think I will do a yellow one, so I'll put it about here and move the saturation up like that, and I'll add in some text. So I'll write thumbnail and tutorial. So we can choose a font. So for thumbnail, you can choose any font you like, but the two used fonts at the moment are Kamika Axis, so I'll go for that, and Impact. So those are the fonts that most people use at the moment, but you can use any kind of font that looks good. It's best to make it unique. So we will just, again, size these up a bit. And I will size this one up a bit more. And I will just adjust the spacing for this bottom one. So next we're going to add in some layer styles. So what you can do is you can set up your layer styles and then they're saved in here. So I can just click that. But I'll just show you what settings I put on each one. So for the tutorial text, if you right click and go to blending options, then you can see what effects I've done. So I've added an inner glow, set it to normal and just a white color, choke 11%, that is 13%. I've added a gradient overlay, so that's a simple grey to white gradient. And lastly, I've added an outer glow of blend mode, normal, black, 75 opacity and 29 size. And then for the thumbnail, it's similar, only this time the inner glow is like a light yellow, the gradient is an orange to yellow, and the outer glow again is black. So what you can do now is position your text how you want it to be, so we'll go for that. And we will just size it up a bit more, like this. And I'll rotate it a little. if you want to make sure it's in the center, you can press Ctrl A, and with the move tool selected, go to the top and press this icon, and it'll center all your text and any images that you've highlighted. So next what you can do is put this text into a folder. So you just click both the texts and drag them into this little folder icon called a group, and I'll just rename that text. So what you can do is you can duplicate this folder, so I will Ctrl J, and then you can move this text down a little, so I'll just use the bottom arrow key, and it creates like a duplicate behind it. So next what you can do is you can add some images or cards, so I'll just show you like how I add my cards. So I go to head and I bring up the card generator. That's probably the easiest way to add your cards, so we will go for a team of the season Messi. Yeah, and the best way to do this is download image, which will download it as a PNG with a transparent background, so you don't have to erase it yourself. And then just drag this downloaded image into Photoshop, and again just size up, hold shift, and just move it up. And you can move it behind the text by just dragging the layer under the two folders, like that. And we will get to other cards. I'll just get some that I downloaded earlier, but you can just do the same process, go to the card generator, but I'll just put some in. So let's go for Sanchez and Aguero. So size them up a little, not as much as Messi, and same for Sanchez, size them up a little. And we will move Sanchez and Aguero under Messi. We will put Sanchez on the left here and Aguero on the right. That. And what you can do is you can add an outer glow to Messi to make his card stand out. So outer glow, we will set the blend mode to normal and colour the back, and then I'll just increase the size a bit and see that gives him a shadow. And then I will also copy this outer glow onto Sanchez and Aguero, so if you just hold Alt and drag the outer glow effect onto Sanchez and then drag it onto Aguero, and they'll both have a black shadow. Now basically it's up to you, you can add in some effects into the background. So firstly I will add a vignette, which is basically like a black shadow around the whole thumbnail. So the easiest way to do this probably is to go to your brushes, and at the top you'll see a soft brush. Bring the hardness down to 0% and bring the size up to about 300. Set your colours to the default down here, so it's black, and then around the edge, with the bottom of your brush touching the edge of the thumbnail, just press and hold and drag, holding shift as you drag it. It will create a shadow, and then do the same for each side, so just press and hold shift and drag, and the same at the bottom, and the same at the sides. And then usually to just intensify the shadow of the vignette, I would just duplicate the layer, so Control J, and then I will merge those layers. So that gives you a nice shadow around the whole thumbnail. Next you can add some textures, so I like to add a grunge texture. You can just Google grunge into Google Images and you'll get one, or you can go to my graphics pack. I'll leave the link below, and you can use this is the one I use, Old Canvas. So you just drag that in, size it up again, and then drag it just over the background, And then I would usually choose a different blending mode, so let's try overlay. Yeah, overlay looks nice, and then bring the opacity down to about 60, maybe 40. So just so it's a light texture at the back. A lot of people add explosions. I wouldn't really recommend adding explosions unless you really want to, but they can often look a bit, they're just a bit overused. So you could also try adding a FIFA circle, so I will add mine at the back, just drag out a bit, and I will put it on to soft light. It's not the easiest to see, but it is better when you've got maybe smaller images. You can add it around the images, but that's pretty nice. And obviously you can add flares, but again they can be overused a bit. So if you're going to add a flare, the best thing to do is to try to bring down the opacity so it doesn't look too strong. So you'll change the flare to lighten, bring it above the cards, so it's here. I will rotate it 90 degrees like that, and then you can just bring it to the side of the card. It can look pretty nice if you use it correctly, but just don't overuse it on every single card or piece of text. Like that. And then if you don't want this like line of the flare at the top here, just go with the eraser tool, click OK to rasterize the layer, and then just erase that out a bit. So that's basically a basic thumbnail. So you can customize any way you like, add any extra images, change the text, but that is basically the basis for each thumbnail that I would make. So if you like this tutorial, make sure you leave a like and comment if you want to see more tutorials, and I guess that's it. Thanks for watching.